Hello, my name is Mandy Mash. I am a full-time employee for the Ingleside Police Department. I also am a full-time mother of two girls, a coach's wife, and a full-time student as I continue my journey on this education. Over the past year, I have been enrolled with East Texas and been attending online classes for the organizational leadership courses. This video is basically to share my experiences and my journey with you today. There's been a lot of things that I thought I already had, and a lot of these courses gave me a lot of valuable insight about essential skills, developing them, and kind of changing in a good way and growing in a leadership type direction. When I first began this program, I kind of saw leadership as just like a primary authority. At my department, it would have been my chief or my captain. And this course has really shown me that there's lots of other ways to be a leader at work, in your professional work life, as well as at home and in the community in which whatever functions that you decide to be a part of. A couple of things that I really enjoyed about the class is that it broke everything down kind of like a strategic path. I really enjoy when someone shows me the route on how to take something. Yes, I like to work independently, but I also am in a group setting, and so a lot of teamwork is encouraged and needed in this job field. This course, these classes, really shown me different ways to approach different people, and I've been able to determine different people's leadership styles just based on this course. The first course, Foundation of Organizational Leadership, I began to understand that leadership was not about just managing people. Although I'm a one-person department, I work with multiple agencies, multiple co-workers, and communicate with command staff every day. I believed in the beginning that a strong leader was just to be knowledgeable, confident, and in control. Data-driven making decisions is probably very key in the field that I'm in. We use a lot of crime stats, crime analysis, things to encourage and help our department kind of reflect on what we need to do for the community as a department. Organizational ethics and behavior. I just believed that in the beginning it was more of a moral compass, how people should be, what their behaviors should be like, how to adapt to change, and how to really explore different ways of dealing with people and situations in different types of leadership that can be from different types of leadership. One of the things I did take was notes. I really enjoyed that a lot of them said to write down in a methodical way how you would approach something and then get feedback from others. Another key class that was really helpful was leadership theory. I was able to kind of see what type of leadership style that I have, that I offer, but that who aligns with that type of style as well. I initially thought leading change again was more of not a struggle, but maybe a harder thing to approach, because change is hard. Change is not well received, and sometimes people don't really enjoy change. And so this kind of showed me how to change your approach and how to make that change effectively. In these past capstones, I've learned quite a few things that's kind of helped me move forward, kind of to see what it is that I want to take away from this class. So throughout all of these courses, the things that I've really taken away is my approach on decision making, my breakdown of ethical reasoning, and then how I can affect and change management. I learned that the leadership is always improving, and kind of changing how self-awareness, being more understanding and trying to figure out or see it from other point of views, and also how I, as a person, as a leader, as a manager, would approach something. These classes have helped me see different ways and why those point of views could help. I am always open to learn more ways to how to help my community with my department, whether that be in community involvement, mentoring. That's something that I do already, but this course has shown me different approaches for different groups of people. You know, how you respond to a group of children is completely different on how you want to lead a group of people. And this course has really helped me understand different type of leaderships, because that allows me to approach that in a different way, so that we can get more of a community involvement, or more help from, business owners or local agencies. This leadership program has actually helped me get to know a lot of other leaders in our neighborhood. I was able to interview a couple of nonprofit organizations and as well as profit businesses. And, while we're a department who, yes, we're a profit, but we also are a public servant, everybody kind of aligns with certain leadership styles, how to approach someone. You want to have a moral, ethical decision when making big decisions. Excuse me. So in the beginning, I saw myself as, yes, a leader, but a leader of servants. I like to help people. I like to be involved. But this course has allowed me to see how to use that to be a better leader, how to be a better involved with my community. The biggest thing that I really enjoyed and I did struggle with in the beginning was the data-driven decision making. I apologize, I had mouth. And it was because not only can you use that information to see numbers and data and, yes, where we should reallocate funds for one program to another, but I also saw it for communities, like feedback and surveys, and not always just for the public service, but as well as a person. You can see how you lead a class. You can see how you attended a class. What are the things that I can do better can be broken down into a chart. And so that really allowed me to see as a person how I can change and, adapt without being negative and still hold on to my moral ethics. I noticed that throughout the courses, I've embraced a transformational leadership style, which is basically stating that I like to help while I lead. And honestly, this is something I've always done. It's something that I believe really makes someone apart or sets someone apart from other, type dictator leaders, because people want to work for somebody that also want to do work. They want to be a team. Everybody wants to be a part of something. And so this job field allows me to be an individual leader while working with others. And so I really enjoyed researching and trying to figure out, other leaders that aligned with mine. And I noticed that, like Elon Musk, he was one that transformational leadership, which I didn't really know in the beginning. So through my work, I like to help the community as well. This course allowed me to find and evaluate different people that I work with on a daily basis on what type of leader they are. For example, my daughters play a softball team. It is a nonprofit. And so how nonprofit leaders and businesses, their stress and their day-to-day work is completely different than a police department. And so this course allowed me to understand where they're coming from. Why are they making those decisions? Oh, maybe we should change this plan, and that way it can cater better for what the team needs or what the organization needs. Whereas here at the department, it's a state, or that's a law. That's something that you have to follow. There's no realigning or changing the decisions of the department. So as I continue to grow after these courses, I plan to use my skills and mentoring and continuing education. I am currently a property and evidence technician, but I do plan on moving forward. I would like to use this degree to help me teach. Portland ISD actually has a position in which I can use my background to encourage and teach other students about law enforcement as a civilian, crime scene, intake, evidence. And so this course has really helped me because it's going to show me how to be a leader, or help me be a leader in a different setting, such as a school. I know that leadership is always something that is going to continue to grow and change. And so I believe that with these courses, I'll be able to adapt. I'll be able to keep improving. And so these courses help me really evaluate the type of leader I would like to be, especially if I'm going to be teaching children, so that I can show them what type of leaders, or basically embrace what type of leaders they already are. Thank you for listening.